They say that we the chosen ones. I'm trying to show them we the only ones. The Hebrew Israelites is only sons. Yeah, we the chosen ones. I'm trying to show you we the only ones. The Hebrew Israelites is only sons.
Yeah, we the only ones, homie. He sent his only son to die for chosen ones only. And I ain't write it, I just read it, so give us our moment. Cause we surprised just as you is, that it's obvious. Yep, so we happy, dog, on it. So now I know who my opponent. God, his word, I stand on it. And every promise in the Bible, boy, I promise I want it. Sent his son to die for it. 2 branches back one. And yeah, we been the sons of God and got son, but back son. And call us Hebrews. God chosen people, yeah, we the Israelites. Niggas fixing everything you called us, we done seen alike. There's a way the man that seemeth right, but the end of it, death follow Edomites. But we're back to the basis of the law, follow wall, and we only want to be, so we say shalom. Sheesh. We trying to wake up all the chosen ones and let them know that we the Israelites, the only ones. Sheesh. And let our folks know we the only sons. The seed of Jacob, and with us a whole
They
new
say that
world
we the
begun.
chosen ones. I'm trying to show them we the only ones. The Hebrew Israelites is only sons. Yeah, we the chosen ones. I'm trying to show you we the only ones. The Hebrew Israelites is only sons. Yeah. And ain't nothing they can do to stop it. Ain't nothing you can do to stop it. Ain't nothing they can do to stop it. Ain't nothing they can do to stop it. And ain't nothing they can do to stop it. Ain't nothing you can do to stop it. Ain't nothing they can do to stop it. Ain't nothing they can do to stop it.
And there ain't nothing they can do to stop it. Skin is all black, so we stay the hot topic. We the hottest ones like we living in the tropic. Too hot to handle, so all we do is drop it. Sheesh. Yeah, we the real Jews, cause we fit the curse. We spot the fake by Revelation 2 and 9's the verse. We want for all things, yeah, hunger and
Shit. Man, all praises, all praises, all praises. Everybody here this morning. Yep, we're good. All right. Well, shoot. Where's my clap? Well, let's give the Most High hand clap. All praises for being here with y'all again on today.
Hey man, shalom everybody. Grace and peace. Blessings. It's always a pleasure to be here. I know it's morning. Let's get this early morning inspiration. If you're stationary, get your Bibles ready. If not, man, please go back later, screenshot the scriptures, go back and do it. This morning we're gonna hop right into it. We're gonna really this morning we're gonna talk about making sure our motives and our hearts are pure. You know what I'm saying, brother? Then we're gonna make sure that when we everything we're doing it from a righteous where it's coming with a root of it. You know what I'm saying? Because what did the Son of God say? He said, was it him? He said, you can't get a good fruit from a rotten root.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So we'll make sure that we starting everything right. Well, let's get off on Romans 15:4. Please like, comment, share.
Definitely, man. Y'all like, comment, and share. Y'all make sure you go and check out the YouTube page too, man. Follow Spirit-Filled Israel on the YouTube page. Oh, man. Romans chapter 5. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning.
Why?
That we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope.
So we always start a lesson with that scripture. That is the catalyst. That's why you put everything for Romans 15:4. Everything that's written down, the Most High put the Spirit on holy men of God to preserve it so that we can read it in our time and we can have comfort and hope to know what's coming. Let's go to Isaiah 8:20. Let's hit Isaiah 8:20.
Isaiah chapter 8, verse 20.
Go ahead.
To the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them.
To the law, first 5 books of the Bible, red letter. If anybody don't speak according to that, it's because there's no light in them. That's the litmus test. That's how you judge if somebody who claims to speak for God, for the
Good.
God of the Bible, anybody who claims to speak for the God of the Bible, make sure everything that you are intaking and digesting is can be backed up in the law and the testimony. Because if not, it's because there's no light in them.
Thanks.
Con. So we'll get that all right. Go ahead.
No.
Let's go to Proverbs. Let's go to the save Yahweh himself, Christ, who the world calls Christ, the wisest man to ever live. Con.
Good.
A man who heart was so pure that he could ask God for anything.
Hey, go ahead.
Literally. But he asked God for the wisdom to judge Israel correctly and with wisdom. And because he had that kind of heart, what did the Most High do? He blessed him with everything else he had. Let's go to Proverbs 16. Start at 1.
Proverbs chapter 16. If you want to put them in, I can add them.
Yeah, we in Proverbs.
Proverbs chapter 16 and starting at verse 1. The preparations of the heart in man and the answer of the tongue is from the Lord.
The preparation of the heart in man and the answer of the tongue is from the Lord. Verse 2.
All the ways of a man are clean in his own eyes.
Remember, all the ways of a man are clean where?
In his own eyes.
Where they clean at?
In his own eyes.
All of the ways of a man are clean in his own eyes. Go ahead.
But the Lord weigheth the spirit.
But the Lord is going to weigh up the spirits. What is it saying here? He's King Solomon is letting us know very, very simply that if we look at it from my own lens, my own perspective, and that's why we say, I always like to say, to take the guessing out of all this stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's so much easier to, and it's going to be another lesson. That was amazing. I forget which TV show I was watching recently, and I forget which one it was. But in there, it was talking about how, like, hey, you I was watching Game of Thrones. And you were the original, not the new.
What?
You remember when what's the big guy? Samuel Tarly.
Yeah.
Samuel Tarly. Remember when Jorah Mormont had the grayscales and he went up in there and snuck and healed him?
Everybody told him not to.
Not
the
to
other
do it.
people, right.
But check this out though. But you remember when he got back to the boss, and the boss man said, "Man, how'd you do it?" You know what he said? He said, "I opened up the book and I followed the instructions." That's what he said. I got a whole lesson on that later on. Like, got like crazy. Got it the other day. But he said, "How did I do it? I opened up the book and I followed the instructions."
Just follow the instructions.
And if we can just learn to take this so simply, is to open it, read it, do it. It's the same thing he was saying. So when we start to operate like this, now Solomon is specifically telling us what, because everybody was raised differently, Con. What's good and what's right to different people is different.
Right.
So what is the balance of what you base your life on? And if you are a so-called Christian or anybody who's trying to follow the Bible, then we shouldn't have to worry about what we know where our moral compass come from.
Good. We should.
We're supposed to. Our moral compass is supposed to come from what? What the Bible say.
says.
Do it exactly how he say do it. And Solomon is telling us right here, just because it seemed right to you, don't mean it's right.
We have a lot of that going on today. You know, it would be crazy. We didn't never have to battle with Christians about if what we think is right or whether what the Bible says is right.
Right, because we didn't push it. Because at the time, it wasn't never pushed that far. You understand?
Now to these days, no, what I'm saying, even in general. No, the Bible say this. That's what we went on. Now it's kind of like, no, that's what the Bible say, but
and it's more palatable for the society that we live in. I understand what most churches and a lot of organizations are doing. They're trying to make it more palatable because of just trying to keep up with the society we live in. But that is a grave error, and that's a grave mistake to take what God say and try to modernize it to today's times. Methodology, we can do that.
Right, methodology.
Now, when it comes down to methodology, hey, if you presenting the gospel and you doing it online, it need to look professional.
Yeah.
You don't need to, you know what I'm saying? It need to everything. If you have a church or a camp or a school, hey, it need to operate in excellence. It need to be relevant. But the message don't change.
God ain't changed.
Yeah. Hey, we can change methodology at any time.
He did not change his rules because of today's
time.
society.
Right. And so we got to be very careful with that. Hey, methods can change, but the message must stay the same. Come.
So verse.
Go. It's more in there. Go ahead.
Oh no, I ain't know what we said.
Yeah, that's a good one. Just read 3 too.
Verse 3.
In Proverbs 16, verse 3.
Commit thy works unto the Lord, and thy thoughts shall be established.
So he's telling you how to keep your mind right. Commit your time and action into doing. Because think about it, we always talk. If you busy doing the work of the Lord, you ain't got time for no folly.
Good.
Especially you got family, you got kids, you got to do the work of the Lord. That leaves little time for folly to creep up in there.
Definitely.
And that's Solomon giving us admonishment on how to stay doing. And we should do what? We should do exactly what Romans 15:4 told us to do. That's exactly what we should do. And we should read it and take comfort in it and give us hope. Come. Yeah. Go over to chapter 21, same verse, same book. Proverbs 21. Set it up for you. Yeah, Proverbs 21. We're gonna start from the top.
We're in Proverbs chapter 21, starting from verse 1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, as the rivers of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will.
So right, first he let you know, hey, God is in control of everything. And hey, when he said the king's heart, he's talking about, and this specifically, he's talking about people in authority, but in general, everybody. Hey, the king's heart is in the hands of the Lord. He turn it any way he want to get done with it. Hey, that's his godly high-powered prerogative.
Facts.
That's his.
Now you can do better.
Hey, what can you do about that, man? When God want to do something, who can abstain him? Who can stop him?
What's that? Romans 9. Who can resist his will?
Who can resist his will? Facts. Verse 2.
Verse 2. Every way of a man is right in his own eyes, but the Lord pondereth the hearts.
He's saying it again. He doubling down on what he said in 16. This is what he's saying. So he is literally telling us. He's literally, King Solomon is literally telling us to take our minds and our hearts and commit it to what God says. And that way our motives will always be correct. We won't have to worry about stepping out of the arenas. We can take, I don't know how much I want to implore us to understand that we can literally make this life very simple.
Yes.
Love the Lord. It's like when they asked Christ, what is the greatest commandment? He said, listen here, man. We can sum everything up, man. Love me, keep me first, and love your neighbor and love your people.
That's right.
And we can keep and all the things that we're reading about can be condensed into right there. Treat yours. Don't sin against the Most High God, and don't sin against your brother.
Facts.
You do that, man. This will be. I mean, just how much peaceful this world would be if it was just. But obviously, it's not that simple. Everything in this, and that's why we were saying earlier, you can't flow with the system, because the system, even though people are living better, technology, the world is funner, it's a lot more stuff going on, but that does not equate to the will of God being done. And we have to separate the two. Matter of fact, if we are friends of this world, we are what? Enemies of God. He said, be ye in the world, but what? But not of it. And then Solomon has given us the practical ways not to be a part of the world. How do I not do it? When I see the whole world going this way, then you know it can't be. You know the Most High ain't in that.
Can't be.
Think about it. If the whole world is doing it, you know that you're going down the wrong path. You have to learn how to, and sometimes we don't want to be ostracized, or we don't want to be looked at as weird or crazy or cultish. But guess what? Whatever, yo. Hey, think about how you want to think about it. When it comes down to it, if you're a person that studies and reads the Bible and want to please God, you will know that you are reading about from Adam all the way to the apostles. You're reading about people that some did it good, some failed at it, but you're reading about people that chose to follow God instead of everything else that was around them. Period, point blank. Let's go over to James. Let's go to the brother. Let's go to the brother of Christ. Let's go to the book of James. James 4. Let's go over to the book of James.
Monologue page.
Well, James out here hiding from me like a mug, boy. Come here, boy.
James 4, you said?
Yeah. Come on, boy. It's like a hide from me. There you go. So like you want to come. James 4 and start at 1.
James chapter 4, verse 1. From whence come wars and fightings among you?
Mm-hmm.
Come thy not hence,
Mm-hmm.
even of your lusts
Mm-hmm.
that war in your members.
Remember now, so he's telling you to. I mean, in the old English, pretty much James said, "Listen here, man. Come from these wars that are fighting among you, talking about each other, and then hence even your lusts that war against your members, and then also what's going on the inside of you."
Yeah.
He's telling you it's going to be always be a war. What's that war going to be? Same thing we've been talking about since this live started. It's going to be the war of following God or following the society around you.
Right.
Period. If you was living in China, I'd be saying don't follow Chinese society. If you was living in Jamaica, I'm going to tell you don't follow Jamaican society. If you was living in Europe, no matter where you live at, if you're trying to follow God, they're going to be opposed from each other. You're going to have to make a stance and choose to go one way or the other way, and not let the one seep into the other at all. A little leaven does what? Lump in the whole lump. So we have to do what? Don't let no Pharisees in there. If it's telling you to go against God, and it's so easy to do it now. It's so mainstream. That's what the main thing to get. It's sin and now is mainstream and popularized. Well, just think about it. Why? It's mainstream and it's popularized and it's easy to fall into if you don't on purpose. And that's what James is saying in verse 1. When you warn in yourself, get victory over that. Come on, verse 2.
Verse 2. Ye lust and have not.
Mm-hmm.
Ye kill and desire to have
Mm-hmm.
and cannot obtain.
Mm-hmm.
Ye fight and war.
Mm-hmm.
Yet ye have not, but ye ask not.
Mm-hmm. Remember that. He's saying you lust and you have not. He said you kill and you desire to have, and you cannot obtain it. Ye fight and war, yet ye have not, because ye ask not. Look at verse 3. Look what it say. James 4, verse 3.
Ye ask and receive not,
Mm-hmm.
because ye ask amiss.
Because he said you asking and you don't get it. Why? Because you asking amiss. Go ahead.
Because you ask amiss,
Mm-hmm.
that you may consume it upon your lust.
Upon your what?
Upon your
Now
lust.
here go the Most High telling you, listen here. Some people you asking me and you have desires out here, but you're not going to obtain it because I know that your heart is not right about it, and you're trying to obtain it so that you can just continue to feed your lust.
Mhm.
That's why our hearts and motives got to be on point.
Trying to go stun on it.
Yeah. You don't want to come up out here so you can, number one, be a blessing to the kingdom of God, and then and secure your family and help your nation. That ain't what you want to do. You want to stun on your nation.
Okay.
You don't want to help your nation. You want to stun on them.
Thanks.
Same people you're supposed to be helping, you want to literally turn up on them. Now he's telling you asking me amiss. And how crazy is it to literally go down this process with the Most High to the point where you're actually praying? People are really going to church, sowing money, and praying to stun on people. Think about this. This is really happening. We need to make sure, and this is happening in all walks of life. So we need to make sure that we asking from the right heart.
Okay.
And understand that. And James, we read Solomon. Now, this is Christ's own brother. He's breaking it down to us. What we at, verse 3 or 4? 4.
Verse 4.
Uh-huh.
Ye adulterers and your adulteresses,
Mm-hmm.
know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with God?
Look what he's saying. He's saying, you adulteresses, you not know that the friendship of the world is enemy with God? Go ahead.
Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world
Mm-hmm.
is the enemy of God.
What did it say? Is this in the New Testament?
It's the New Testament.
Read verse 4 again from the top, man. This is crazy.
Ye adulterers and adulteresses,
Uh-huh.
Know you not that the friendship of the world is enmity with God?
Know you not that the friendship of the world is enmity with God? Go ahead.
Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world
Uh-huh.
is the enemy of God.
We need to understand this. And everything in this society is making being an enemy of God palatable and normal. You have to be spiritual enough to see past it. It's okay. Everybody's doing it. And then they make it look so glamorous. It looks so glorious. It's all right. No. In the last days, we understand, man, that we have to come back to, hey, while the world is getting farther and farther away because the sins of this land got to reach to the heavens, according to prophecy.
Right.
Dang, Revelation. This place is not going to turn it around and get better. This place is going as it's supposed to be. The question is, are we going to go as we're supposed to be?
That's right.
And we're supposed to be doing what? Being that beacon of light that's still in all this darkness. We the one supposed to be, what did he say about us? He said that we are what? A city. That's what? Set up on a hill. That's the light that's supposed to be shining from us. That's supposed to be followers, the children of Israel, the children of God. This is what we're supposed to be doing. Shining and showing and being that light. So why? So that our people can come out that's already caught up in this world. It's so because it's so easy. And I get it. And it's alluring. And I'm gonna tell you something, man. But we have to learn, you know what I'm saying, that we literally take and really put what matters first. So understand what we really want to end this for. James, I mean, could James be any more clear? James said, if you are a friend of this world, you are an enemy of God.
That's right.
So we need to make sure that we fully get that.
Hey, Shalom, Rapa.
Shalom. Let's go to Proverbs. Let's go back
all
to Proverbs.
Those tuning in on YouTube, man.
Shalom. 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 Grace and peace.
Where we going?
Let's go back to Proverbs 6. Because if anybody got some wisdom to give us, it's Solomon. Because as wise as he was, he fumbled the ball, did he didn't?
Yeah, he did.
So he would know.
Proverbs chapter 6. What verse we starting at?
We're gonna start at I want to show you about the consent of the heart. Hold on. We're gonna start at what I say, Proverbs?
Mm-hmm.
Proverbs 6. And I'm gonna show you how fair God is. And when I came across this, I said, man, we're gonna start at 26.
Proverbs chapter 6, verse 26.
Proverbs 6:26. Go ahead.
For by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread, and the adulteress will hunt for the precious life.
Remember this. Hey, man, he said, listen here, for a crazy, loose, thought, he tell you, listen here, man. Hey, for by means of a whorish woman, even there's another dude we're talking about, but it just flows right into where we're going. For a whorish woman is brought the piece of a man is brought low, and the adulteress will hunt for the precious life. 27.
Can a man take fire in his bosom and his clothes not be burned?
28.
Can one go upon hot coals and his feet not be burned?
29.
So he that goeth into his neighbor's wife, whosoever toucheth her, shall not be innocent.
He shall not be innocent. That's getting back to showing the love we're supposed to have for one another. But verse 30, I want to show you that how the Most High looks and understand the fairness of read 30.
Men do not despise a thief if he steal to satisfy his soul when he is hungry.
So listen here. Read 31.
But if he be found, he shall restore sevenfold. He shall give all substance of his house.
Remember this now here. And look at we're talking about that intent of the heart. He telling us sometimes you need to understand and need to have the compassion to understand if somebody is literally starving to death and they go steal some food, he's saying you should be able to have enough spirit of you to say, I understand.
Facts.
Straight up. I mean, that's in the Bible.
Well,
even though the part of the commandments is not to steal, it's wrong. And even though he got when he get back on his feet, he got to recompense what he took.
Indeed.
Right?
Right.
But it's telling you, man, that if you can really see the intent of the heart, we're telling you this man wouldn't steal if he wasn't starving.
Yes.
He wouldn't do this. Madness drove him to it. So he's telling you, That's to just show you the kind of purity that the Most High got. Because if you just normally thinking, you wouldn't think it'd be in the Bible. You wouldn't think it would be in there.
Got hit 32 though.
Go ahead.
Well, do 31 again.
Go ahead.
But if he let's go back to 30.
Yeah, start back at 30.
Men do not despise a thief if he steal to satisfy his soul when he is hungry. But if he be found, he shall restore sevenfold. He shall give all the substance of his house. But whoso committeth adultery with a woman, lack of understanding. He that doeth it destroys his own soul.
He destroys his own soul. Why? But why is that? Because the way he's talking about here is because you're sleeping with what? Your brother's woman. Con. Let's go over to 1 Samuel. Let's go to 1 Samuel 15. First Samuel 15.
Samuel 15.
Yep. And let's start at
Shalom, Shalom. What is this? This must be King Sam.
Sorry, 19.
1 Samuel 15 and 19.
Yep.
1 Samuel chapter 15, verse 19. 1 Samuel chapter 15, verse 19. Wherefore then didst thou not obey the voice of the Lord, but didst fly upon the spoil, and didst evil in the sight of the Lord?
This is Samuel talking to Saul after God told him to annihilate and kill everything of the Amalekites. Told him to wipe everything out. Kill everything. Man, woman, child, beast. Go ahead, verse 20.
And Saul said unto Samuel, Yea, I have obeyed the voice of the Lord, and have gone the way which the Lord sent me, and have brought Agag, the king of Amalek, and have utterly destroyed the Amalekites.
Verse 21.
But the people took of the spoils, sheep and oxen, the chief of the things which should have been utterly destroyed, to sacrifice unto the Lord thy God in Gilgal.
Remember now, so they saying, look, man, we did all this, man. He said, I did everything he said, but the people wanted to keep some behind. We want to keep a little something, so that we could sacrifice it to you, to God.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we want to keep it for ourselves.
Yeah, this ain't for us now.
Yeah.
We're doing this for the Lord. Now, let's see what God say, verse 22.
And Samuel said, Have the Lord as great delight in burnt offering and sacrifices as in obeying the voice of the Lord? Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice, and to hearken than the fat of rams.
Listen here, man. God is saying straight up, man. Hey, lean not to your own understanding. He telling you straight up, do not come to me with trying to tell me that because we're talking about the intent of the heart, having a pure heart. Because if Saul's intent was to please God, he'd obeyed him.
Yes.
How you going to please God by what you want to give him and not listening to him?
Yeah, same thing. Cain did.
Cain. Well, I mean, Cain.
Gave God what he wanted to give him.
Cain.
God told him
exactly what Abel gave the first of his. And Abel gave the first, same thing Cain did. And that's the same thing we doing when we don't obey what he say.
Yes.
I'm talking, and I ain't talking about, when I say heathens, I don't mean non-Israelites. I'm talking about the Christianity definition of heathen.
Yes.
That's
sinner.
That's a sinner, right? That's what sinners do. I'm not talking about sinners. No, I'm talking about people who claim to be blood-washed believers, followers of Jesus Christ. I'm talking about them. You cannot give the Most High God what you want. Does he have more delight in what you want than to obey him, is what the prophet said? He said to obey him. It's better than anything that you can try to sacrifice to God.
And then this, I'm about to bring that out. Like, think about it. People argue this today about like, why have my own relationship? No, well, God showed me something different, or this and this and that, or it don't take all that. We do that in sin and thinking we straight we're going. These people was going to give God an offering
to him.
to get him an offering. And he still said, look at that ain't what I said.
Follow me.
Follow me.
Obey me.
Obey me.
Do what the hell I said.
Fact.
That's it. That's what make me happy. Yeah, he telling you what make me happy is not what you can muster up in your mind. What make me happy is to be obeyed.
That's it.
That's it. Period. Point blank. Look at verse 23. Look what it says.
For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry. Because thou hast rejected the word of the Lord, he hath also rejected thee from being king.
This dude lost the kingship. His lineage lost the kingship because it had kept going down to the Benjamin line, right? He lost it all. And the sin wasn't sin. His sin was just not doing what God told him to do right then. It wasn't the sins that was in the law. He didn't. You think about it. He lost everything behind not listening to what God told him to do right then.
Right then.
So what does that tell you? That if God tell you to do something right now and you don't do it, what you just did?
Sin.
Period. Con?
Our people out here, and our people out here doing sins.
Right, no, his sin, he wasn't doing the sins. Con, let's go over to matter of fact, let's go back to the book of James. Let's see what I guess James and I didn't realize that I was writing this down, but James and Solomon out here tag teaming. Go back to James 4.
James chapter 4.
And we're gonna start in the I'm sorry, no, is it 4? Is it? No, yeah. Yeah, James 4, yeah.
You got to be obedient for people.
Start at 14.
James chapter 4, starting at verse 14.
In James 4, we're going to start at 14.
You want to start at 13?
Yes.
James chapter 4, starting at verse 13.
Go ahead.
Go to now, ye that say, today or tomorrow, we will go in such a city and continue there a year and buy and sell and get gain. Whereas ye know not what shall be on the morrow. For what is your life? It is even a vapor that appeareth for a little time and then vanisheth away.
Now, James is telling us right now, number one, who would you even talk about how can I prove it doesn't mean I can say it right now and tell you tomorrow, matter of fact, hey, bro, I'm gonna be here tomorrow.
Good.
Can I guarantee you that?
No.
Huh?
No, we do it all the time.
And that's why I know. That's why my grandma, I'm gonna tell you something about my grandma, man. Grandma Mercedes. That's why she always say before, and I remember we always thought, not just her, the old saints used to always say, God willing.
Lord willing. Lord willing, and the creek don't rise.
hey, they either say, God, we'll see you next week. Lord be willing. Hey, they always say that. So James telling you, you can't add nothing to your life. You can't guarantee nothing. But keep going. 15.
For that ye ought to say, if the Lord will.
That's where they get it from. Straight up. If the Lord will. Go ahead.
I ain't gonna lie. 15. I don't remember seeing this version.
It's there.
Yeah.
It's in there. It's been there the whole time.
But that ye ought to say, if the Lord will, we shall live and do this or that.
So
wow.
If God will let me do it. And that's somebody with a pure heart who's really trying to just please the Most High God with all their things. And that's giving him all the honor. That's giving him all the glory. He's literally saying that. He's literally saying that. Period. You need to say that. And my grandma said it to this day.
And we used to think like that's a lack of faith. Like,
right.
Come on, man. Lord will. I'm gonna see you later.
Yeah, he said, hey, James telling you that's it, man. If the Most High don't give you the power to do it, you can't do Nathan. What do you say?
Said con facts. That's why it's always most high or Abba willing.
Always
Con.
Matter of fact, and I do hear that more now in the community. Now I know I do hear a lot of the Akim say that. I do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I grew up in church here, the old saints saying that.
Facts.
Lord willing, we gonna do it. Let's go to
Lord
verse
willing
16.
and the creek don't rise.
Let's go to 16.
But now ye rejoice in your boastings,
Uh-huh.
and such rejoicing is evil.
He said, but now you rejoice in your boasting, but such boasting is evil. Now look at 17. Go ahead. Remember now. Because you ask anybody, especially the Akim, what is sin? They're gonna take you to what? Immediately.
1 John 3 and 4.
Hey. For anybody that transgresses the law, also sinneth. For sin is the transgression of the law. And but guess what, y'all? That ain't all. That's what the Bible say that what sin is. Read 17.
Therefore, to him that knoweth to do good and doeth it not, to him it is sin.
To him it is what?
To him it is sin.
That's what sin is as well. To know better and not do better, even if it's not breaking the law. Think about that. Anything you know that should be done, but when it's all said and done, you're going to break it back down to the law and the prophets and the red letters. It's going to be there.
Yes.
If you don't, to know better and not to do better is sin. And when I say know better, I mean fully comprehend. I understand if you're ignorant. If you're ignorant, then that's why we, us, me, him, and everybody else who's doing it the right way, that's why they teach.
Right.
To take people that are ignorant to certain things and grow them up. To make it plain, write it plain so that it can't be understood. But if you understand it and you rejecting it, you in a whole other ball game. You got to know deep down inside that God wanted. Come on, man. There's nobody got it. Man, you come from hey, man, what did 2 Peter say? Man, we're a world priesthood. We're a chosen race. What it say in the other translation, chosen generation. Come on, man. Let's stop playing. Nobody got to teach us that we got to obey God. We know. Stop it. Come on now.
Y'all let somebody teach you that you don't got to.
Yeah, but
that's the problem.
I'm talking about deep down, and we know what that do. And when somebody teach you that lets you ride on the side of the world and lie and ride on the side of flesh. That's what that lets you do. But deep down, you can't tell me that you don't know that you think this is okay. That it is okay. You know that you got to do right. I get it. Like I was saying the other time, like. All the guys, man, when we was on Fulton, and the guys that used to tell us, man, I'm like, bro, you should come to church, bro. Be like, bro, I ain't playing with God like that, bro.
Yeah.
He used to be like, bro, I was trying to say, nah, man, bro, you need to come on down anyway, bro. It's good, bro. Keep on coming down anyway, so you can at least start the journey. You ain't gotta fix yourself up first and then go seeking for help. No, you go seeking for help, and that's gonna help you fix yourself together. But the guys that we came across that had every intention on staying the same, that was real, they look you right in your eye and tell you, bruh, I know I'm wrong. I ain't trying to change, and I definitely ain't finna go playing with God.
Yeah, right.
Sinners telling you I'm cold right now. I'm not finna lukewarm it. Straight up, that's what they telling you.
Fact.
I'm cold. I ain't finna lukewarm it.
I ain't finna lukewarm it.
Hey, but they at least knew. Even though there's still some ignorance in there.
That's a song, nigga.
God, right? God.
Don't steal it, Kanal.
God. But they know this is literally sinners telling you this. People that's been chosen by God that's saying, I don't want to follow God right now, so I'm not gonna go play with him. Y'all go play with him if you ain't gonna do it. Telling you when I'm serious, I'm gonna come. You know how many people just tell me that, bro? I'm telling you, bro. I just got a couple more things, man. Almost like I got a couple more licks to hit, folks. Telling you, got a couple more bras to smash, bro. Sorry, bro.
I ain't finna
I cannot come to the Lord right now because I must smash her, bro. That's literally what I was talking about, bro. Hey, they won't say it like that, but that's what they mean.
Yes.
I got this half a key and I'm going to sell it. I'm not finna throw it away right now and come with you and serve God.
I'll mess with you tomorrow.
I meant to mess with you tomorrow. Hey, and we need to understand this stuff, man. This is real. But if you know better and don't do better, to you, that is sin. Where we at? We just read James.
What's Shalom, KD?
Where we at? Matter of fact, let's go. How long we been on here?
39.
All right, okay. Let's go to Matthew. 7. Let's go to the gospel according to Matthew. Let's go to Matthew 7. And let's start at.
This is also one of them messages was, you know, what we talked about before. Like you said, man, that God knows your heart. That's
against you.
That's against you.
Yeah, people
You use it as an excuse.
Yeah,
but
that's a problem.
This is against you.
Yeah, that's a problem. Start at 12. Matthew 7:12.
Matthew chapter 7, verse 12.
Because this is the only and this is the path. Matthew 7:12.
Matthew chapter 7, verse 12.
Uh-huh.
Therefore, all things whatsoever ye would that men should do to you, do ye even so to them. For this is the law and the prophets. Enter ye in at the straight gate.
How you need to come?
Enter ye in at the straight
You need to
gate.
come through that straight gate, man. And the straight gate is through the Hamashiach Yahushua, who the world calls Christ, who is going to teach you to follow the Father, to the law and to the testimony. That's what it is. That's the straight gate. Come on.
Enter ye in at the straight gate. For wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction.
Which is the way of the world. Like James told us, if we are friends of the world, we what? Enemies of God. He's telling you broad is the way to destruction. But go ahead.
And many there be which go in there.
He said, no, go start start at 13 again.
Enter ye in at the straight gate.
Come through holiness and righteousness. Come on.
For wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. And many there be which go in there.
And many people are going to go that way. He's letting you know. He's letting you know right now. Many people are going to do it. You got to make it in your mind. And not I, said the cat.
Yes.
Not me. I will not do it. Go ahead, 14.
Because straight is the gate. Salaki. Because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way.
Narrow is that way. It ain't many paths. It ain't many ways. What's that way? Faith and obedience. Simple. That's the way. Go ahead.
Because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way, which leadeth unto life, and few be there that find it.
And few gonna find it. Many are called, but few are chosen. That's what we have to do. This kingdom is set up, man. We got to be a part of it, and we got to walk therein with all of our heart, mind, soul, body, strength, and don't let nothing stop us. Go on, please ask you 12:13.
It's just go to show, man. If everybody, man, if a doctrine going on and everybody on it, this is what everybody doing. And listen, man, this ain't it.
You already know.
This ain't it, you guys.
Broad is the way that leads to destruction.
And many
gonna go therein. hey, and narrow is the gate to righteousness, and few gonna find it.
So these folks over here that you see, these few of us over here that you see teaching, keeping these laws in the faith, that everybody think we crazy. That's who you need to follow. This is the narrow. Follow us as we follow Christ.
Good.
Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13.
Go ahead.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
So we can argue, fight, doctrine, denominations, all that stuff. But let's see the conclusion of all of it. Go ahead.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments.
Why?
For this is the whole duty of man.
Period, point blank. Revelations 14:12.
Revelations chapter 14, verse 12. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of God.
That's the first requirement.
And the faith of Jesus.
That's the second requirement, but they equal to each other. You got to have faith in Christ, and you have to and you got to be obedient. Matter of fact, faith and obedience are synonymous with each other. They come with one meaning. That's what it say. So we need to make sure that we operate that way and understand it.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. What's going on? Peace, King.
Shalom. With that being said, all glory and honor to Yahweh Shem Mashiach Yahweh. We say shalom, and we saying all glory to the Most High God in the name of His and who the world calls Jesus Christ. Kwame Yasharala, Israel Stand Up. There is the prophets are prophesying, and the valley of dry bones are coming back to life, and there's absolutely nothing you, me, or anybody can do to stop it. Kwame Yasharala.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah. They say that we the chosen ones. I'm trying to show them we the only ones. The Hebrew Israelites his only sons. Yeah, we the chosen ones. I'm trying to show you we the only ones. The Hebrew Israelites his only sons.
Yeah, we the only ones, homie. He sent his only son to die for chosen ones only. And I ain't write it, I just read it, so give us our moment. Cause we surprised just as you is, that it's obvious. Yep, so we happy, dog, on it. So now I know who my opponent. God, his word, I stand on it. And every promise in the Bible, boy, I promise I want it. Sent his son to die for it. 2 branches back one. And yeah, we been the sons of God and got son, but back son. And call us Hebrews. God chosen people, yeah, we the Israelites. Niggas fixing everything you